Well, we're going to get some answers for you, Michael, and I won't make your time here worse by making it uncomfortable by yelling at them.
I appreciate that.
But I might. Bitch, this section f***ed me up. All right, so I'm going to read a couple pages, just a couple, because this is only going to be a short episode. I say that every time, but this time, I mean it. And for those of you who don't know, I finish these chapter readings on my Patreon, and they are released the day that the podcast comes out. So you can listen to the podcast, listen to the first couple pages, and if you want, for $5 a month, you could sign up at patreon.com/Krystyna Hutchinson. I owe the IRS hundreds of thousands of dollars. Please support me. Okay, so this is RJ Spina's Supercharged Self Healing, a revolutionary guide to access high-frequency states of consciousness that rejuvenate and repair. And last week, we read step 1, which was accessing your true essence. And it's basically setting the ego aside. That's it. That's all it is. You don't got to kill the ego. It's just got to sit next to you. Step 2, know specifically what you are going to achieve. And in RJ's case, he was paralyzed from the chest down and given 2 weeks to live. So those are pretty clear goals can come from that. My direct understanding is that the order of creation is desire. And so you have the desire, pops up. Ooh, I want, I don't know, to be an alien. Intention, all right, I intend to be an alien. Thought, I'm thinking about how I want to be an alien. Emotion, I'm so happy about the thought of being an alien. Action, and then behavior. Nothing happens, so to speak, until there is desire. This is where we begin with step 2. Desire sets creation into motion. And when desire is attuned to God or source, again, God, if God freaks you out, just throw it away. It's fine. Or source of creation itself within perfection is created. Once your desire is fully formalized and agreed upon, your intention to achieve your desire can be activated. Ew, cute. Once this intention is fixed, it becomes your will. The will is the most powerful force we have as a creator being, and it is tangibly experienced when we incarnate. Your will is then translated into thought form. Once that thought form is bathed in emotion through identification with the thought, it becomes actionable. We did this in step 1, which is where he said, who am I? You say, who am I? You put your fingers to your chest. You feel the fingers in your chest. You reach out, touch your fingers, and then you say, I don't know. And then it kind of melts your ego. It's a really great trick. And you could do it instantaneously. I highly recommend it. We did this in step 1. Now your larger body of energy has been fully activated by the electric current or the energetic life force you just harnessed within you. We then arrive at the actions we perform in order to make something come to fruition in physical reality. The ultimate state of self-awareness is to be constantly aware of the motivation behind your every desire, intention, thought, emotion, action, and behavior. This clarity is power itself and renders all obstacles and opponents powerless. Ooh, I love that. This is self-mastery and is the subject matter I will teach and deconstruct in upcoming books. Okay, sell those books already before you wrote them. I love that, businessman. Energetically, the first component of creation, which is desire, exists within a much higher frequency compared to the other components of creation. With each subsequent component, we drop like a slinky down the steps of frequency. This means pure desire exists in a higher vibrational environment or state, followed by intentions, and then thought, emotion, action, and finally behavior. Often without consciously realizing it, we fine-tune our desire until it becomes specific. Once the specificity is determined, we use our intention by harnessing our energy into lower frequency thought about how to do it. Once the thoughts are bathed in an emotion through identification, which is an even lower frequential realm than thought, they now are actionable and are brought forth into the physical, perceivable realms, which consist of the lowest possible frequencies. Okay, that doesn't sound like it's a good thing, but I don't know, maybe Daddy RJ has some good news for us. The physical body has now been sufficiently electrically charged into action in order to satiate the desire. Metaphysically speaking, this is how we operate when human. Not that alien guy. Oh, they're being really loud again. Do you want me to fucking say something? No, it's okay. You don't have to say anything. I just kind of want to get into a fight.
It's just it's a nightmare today.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm going to do when I leave? Which room are they in?
They're fucking all over the place.
Oh, okay. I'm going to walk really slow, and I'm going to just make eye contact with them, and I'm not going to say anything. Are they drilling?
They're in
Or the
they're in the
dragon of
conference
death.
room. They're in an office like down the hallway. They're in the hallway.
Well,
It's
they're
a
in-
fucking nightmare.
they're in
There's
for
like
an
50
awakening.
people here.
50 the same company?
I don't know what is going on, but they're loud as hell, and it's driving me nuts.
Well, we're going to get some answers for you, Michael, and I won't make your time here worse by making it uncomfortable by yelling at them.
I appreciate that.
But I might. You are the most powerful when operating at the higher frequencies of desire and intention. Okay, that's great because I'll have desires all damn day, and I'd rather just stay there and not have to do anything about the desires. So this is actually excellent news. Once you have dropped frequency into the lower realms of thought, emotion, action, and behavior, the purity, efficacy, and power of your energy has diminished. It, your original desire, has also become highly susceptible to the influence of your egoic identity and all low frequency stimuli. You know what that makes me think of? When I have a goal, like a new goal in mind, and then of course I'll just fucking blab my mouth about it to anybody who will listen, including on a podcast mic. And then I'll get that hit of energy of having already done the thing because everybody's like, oh my God, that's such a great idea. Yay, Krystyna, you make great ideas. And then I'll bask in the thank you of it, and then I won't do anything about it because I'm like, oh, I already did it. I already got the thing I wanted out of it. It's just people's applause. So I gotta stop. I gotta shut the fuck up. Oh, man. When I was told that I was permanently paralyzed from the chest down, who's horny, I had one specific desire: to walk again. I knew this accomplishment, this healing, was contained within me. I would simply bring this knowingness and healing into my experiential reality. Bringing about my desired result required a total union of my specific desire, unwavering will, and complete detachment. So you got to say, my desire is to walk, but I'm completely detached from the outcome, which is hard to comprehend, but motherfucker can walk. So it works. I knew this would take every ounce of my life force. In other words, I had to perpetually maintain a clear, specific, and unwavering, single-pointed focus without tension. Ooh, that's tough. However long and whatever physical, emotional, and mental toll this accomplishment would exact was of absolutely no consequence. This is the mindset of victory. And I said this in the Patreon pages that I just released today, but there was a point where he wouldn't allow his then girlfriend into his hospital room because she was going through like a medical thing that was really making her miserable. And so he was like, you're not allowed to come in. And if I was the girlfriend, I would have been so pissed. Oh, I would have been so pissed. I would have been butthurt. I would have broke up with him, but then I would have like walked by his hospital room to like let him know I was there and totally fuck with his energy. And then after like a year later, after we broke up, because he'd probably dump me after that, I realized he was right. Once we know what we want to achieve, we must carry ourselves to this goal. Achievement, reality, and the total self become one. There can be no doubt, which means no egoic mind and all its limiting chatter getting in the way of our desired result. We must fix our intent unequivocally and unbroken on this desired result while simultaneously not reaching for it, Krystyna. Once we do, the achievement that is already contained within can become tangibly known. It's no different than the powerful tree that already exists within the tiny seed. Ooh, I love that. That specific internal state of being just needs to be brought into tangible manifestation. To do this, we must harness the total self, which is sentience and the complement of energy, aka your body, powerfully. This is not a mere mental understanding or emotional connection. What I'm talking about exists prior to that and is a vibration deep within the self. Once we marry and meld our will to the fulfilled achievement that already exists within us, its manifestation into our physical reality is inevitable. Cute. So like so many books I've read have talked about how like the future's already happened and every possible outcome, like say you're like, should I move in with my boyfriend? Every possible outcome of that, which is just you move in with him or you don't, and then it could go either way with either of those two decisions. Apparently it already exists, which is very hard for us to comprehend. But also when you're a person, you're kind of dumbed down a little bit to be a person. And that's everybody. Even the smartest motherfuckers on the planet are still dumb compared to people who've passed away and they don't have a human body. That's how I have come to understand it. So yeah, our unwavering fixed permanent intention is our will, and it is the power of creation itself. And then I just want to say... okay, one more section, and then we're going to go and say bye and then go yell at the people in the office for yelling. Intention and the subsequent slinky drop down in frequency to the realms of thought, emotion, action, and behavior truly shape and co-create our inner and outer worlds. Everything happens because of our intention, period. The life you created is a result of your intentions. Personal responsibility, it's what's for dinner. There is nothing that manifests in our outer world that did not have its genesis of desire and intention from within. Once you harness that self properly, including the higher frequencies of your desire and intention, you become a master creator instead of a master of limitations. Your doubt, which is low frequency, is what throws water on the fire of your intention, which is high frequency. Doubt is death and is a product of your false created self. When you look at doubt and its source, it is always the finite mind. Ooh, our mind sucks. Doubt is simply the low frequency misuse of your imagination. Ooh, I love that definition. We should teach that to children. When we work at the desire intention level, we bring the higher realms of consciousness into the lower realms of reality. This is operating above the lower frequencies of thought, emotion, and physicality. Instead, we are creating at the higher frequencies of pure desire and intention. Remember that the order of creation is desire, intention, thought, emotion, action, and then behavior. Okay, so your behavior is the lowest one. These vibrations are also descendant in terms of frequency, with desire being the highest and behavior being the lowest. When we work with pure desire and a fixed intention, we utilize a higher, more powerful, and more effective vibrational force with which the lower frequencies are directly and potentially influenced. Okay, so this is a big piece of advice that I hear a lot is like, spiritually speaking, like Don Miguel Ruiz talks about this of the 4 agreements and Michael Singer. Just worry about what you want. Well, don't worry about it, but just have your desire and then the rest will kind of take care of itself. Like you will eventually be taking action, but if you have to go, which action should I take to get my theater company off the ground or whatever it is, you're thinking too hard. You're not going to arrive at anything good. When we work with our pure desire and fixed intentions, we utilize higher, more powerful, and more effective vibrational force, which the lower frequencies are directly and potentially influenced. Once you clear your awareness of all imaginary limitations from step 1, which are your past ruminations and future projections, because being really hooked on a future outcome, not great, thumbs down. Then you can objectively and specifically see your desired end result. If you are no longer bound by imaginary ruminations or expectations, you are now ready to create powerfully. This allows your new understanding and an openness to intuitively know what you need to work with upon in order to achieve your desired results. What is needed from moment to moment in order for your achievement to manifest into experiential reality is the single pointedness of true clarity and your limitless power that authentic freedom engenders. Okay? And that's all I'm going to read. 44 minutes. Wow, Krystyna, what a fucking hero. And then the rest of this chapter includes addressing doubt. And then step 2, shortcuts to separate yourself from your doubts. That's good because I love a shortcut and I love an exercise. And then he gives a client example, which I read in the last Patreon reading. It was really good. This chick was a graphic designer, very addicted to drugs, very depressed. And her sister was like, hey, my sister's going to die. Can you help her? And he was like, yeah, sure. And bitch is cured. Okay? She's cured. So guys, thank you so much for being here and letting me be the voice in your head. And congrats on not killing yourself. I'm going to go yell at those people. Probably won't, but I'm going to maybe yell at those people for Michael so that his business will thrive better. Thank you. Bye.
Someday we'll be friends with the voices in our heads. The voices in our heads.